All those schools reopening, so many families have questions about what returning to the classroom will be like. One thing all districts have in common is they stress that things will look very different. Let's get to ABC 10 News anchor Lindsey Pena joining us live from Mason Elementary School. And Lindsey, you got a preview of what parents and kids can expect.
I did, Jim. We are in a classroom here at Mason Elementary. The kids will be arriving in less than a couple of hours. It's hard to believe that after all this time, these seats will be full again, but they're going to look a lot different. These classrooms, the lunchrooms, the bathrooms, everything. I got a tour of Mason Elementary with San Diego Unified Board President Richard Barrera and the principal here just a few days ago. Campuses and classrooms, empty for more than a year now, are ready to welcome back students. San Diego Unified, the state's second largest school district, is bringing kids onto campuses starting Monday, either for 2 or 4 days a week. I sat down with School Board President Richard Barrera exclusively ahead of the much anticipated move.
We know that when our students come back, the first thing that we have to do is recognize, that we've got to, check into our students and see where they're at and help them along and support them.
Why do you think that this was the right time to go back?
Because the conditions in the community have made it possible for us to have confidence that we can keep our staff and students safe.
Barrera says part of that included making sure COVID cases were down. Teachers and staff had access to vaccines, and schools had time to make health and safety changes. So you do feel confident it is safe for kids to be back in school?
We absolutely are confident that it is safe for kids to be back in school. We also recognize that there are parents who might not yet feel comfortable, and we understand that. And so we have to continue, with a quality and consistent online learning program. For any parent who's wondering, will it be safe for my student to come back to school, the answer is yes.
Although every campus is a little different, Barrera says there are some things you'll find everywhere. Masks and social distancing are mandatory, and students will be kept together in classroom groups.
So this is Gate B.
We got a first-hand look at some of the ways schools have changed at Mason Elementary with Principal Jesse Harrison.
We are doing 2 staggered arrivals.
Drop-off will include a COVID screening, an opportunity to sanitize and mask up. Classrooms have checklists on the doors that will remain open all the time to ensure airflow. There's also top-of-the-line air filters and air purifiers.
With the HVAC system, with our MERV 13 filters, with our air purifiers, with all of the doors open, we have a nice, consistent, and constant airflow throughout our classrooms.
Desks are spaced at least 6 feet apart, and while some may have those clear dividers, others may not.
We got to make sure that the air still is able to circulate through the classroom.
Teachers are set up a safe distance away, and since not all students are back, they're equipped to teach both virtually and in person at the same time.
It's just going to be important to teach our kids how to talk together in person again, how to work together, how to listen in person versus waiting for your turn on Zoom.
Harrison says in-person learning also requires rethinking of basic things, like using the restroom.
We have stalls locked and closed off, as well as sinks closed off so that we only can have 2 students in the restroom at a time.
And eating, which will involve individually packaged items and staggered meal times.
We can serve 3 classrooms in a space where it used to hold 10.
In addition to those health and safety precautions, the district will partner with UCSD for regular COVID testing.
One of our most important mitigations is that every 2 weeks in the elementary and middle schools and every week in our high schools, we will be doing COVID testing for everybody.
What does the fall look like? Do you anticipate that we will be back 5 days a week, a more normal schedule soon?
Yes. We anticipate that in the fall, we will be back to full-time schedules, 5 days a week, in-person instruction. We also anticipate that we may still have families who are not yet comfortable coming in person.
Coming back to school at all has been a long journey, and Barrera acknowledges there's no way to predict what will happen with the virus, but thinks continuing to be vigilant will keep the district moving forward. And
the way we avoid that 4th wave is, let's go out and get vaccinated, and that's the way that we'll make sure that schools stay open.
Now, as for how many kids will be coming back to San Diego Unified today, Barrera says based on parent surveys that they sent home, they're estimating about 50%, but expect that number to grow in the coming weeks. We're reporting live at Mason Elementary. Lindsey Pena, ABC 10 News.